Amami Oshima is an island off the coast of mainland Japan. And while it's well known for its thriving coral reefs and sandy beaches, it's sumo that puts this island on the map. Amami Oshima takes great pride in raising young boys to become some of the country's best wrestlers.
私は森田次郎と言います。住王相撲クラブという子どもたちに相撲を教える道場の監督をしています。そうですね、ここで育った子が、一般力士になってくれたらいいなと思って育ててます。
With over 150 dohyos, or sumo rings, Amami Oshima has the highest concentration of sumo facilities in Japan, making the sport accessible to most young people on the island.
僕の名前は西川春人です。相撲をしています。ちっちゃい頃からずっと習ってもらっていて、練習をし始めました。
西川、本当に稽古して努力して強い力士に育ってくれました。
But sumo is not only practiced as a means for future success. It's a nod to the island's history and has been embedded in its culture for hundreds of years. Annual festivals include sumo tournaments where wrestlers come out to participate.
法年祭っていうのがありまして、神々に捧げる祭りごとの中で相撲を取るっていうのがもう昔からの言い伝えとしてありますので、小さい子供から大人までもみんなが参加する行事です。
But despite the island's efforts to maintain sumo as a cultural staple, the sport has begun to decrease in popularity among young people.
だいぶ子供たちが減ってきてるんですけど、小さい集落になればなるほどそういう祭りを大切にして、未だに伝統で受け継がれています。もうどうしても自分の人生の中でも離れられないもの、大切なものになってますね。
7 miles off Estonia's west coast in Eastern Europe lies the small island of Kanu, a bucolic and serene place that feels lost in time. Home to just 400 people, it functions like one of the world's few matriarchal societies. This is a place where women rule, well, mostly everything.
Hello, welcome to Kihnu Island. My name is Mare Mätas. I lived almost all my life in this island. Our lifestyle is different comparing the lifestyle in the mainland. Many old traditions still are alive.
One such tradition is that Kanu's men spend months away at sea fishing for the island. Meanwhile, Kanu's women are in charge of leading the community and preserving its way of life.
Men were always a long time away from the island, and that's the historical reason why women become very strong, very independent. Kihnu culture is interesting because we still wear traditional costumes as everyday wearing.
She is making skirts because she has 5 granddaughters.
We have ancient folk songs still alive and dances. They have a lot of practical skills how to live all over the year here. Yes, life is more difficult here to survive, but it's a treasure for Kihnu Islanders. They all describe the island like it's like a paradise, it's the best place in the world.
Mehed on meil rohkem ära ja neid me siin ümberkaudu või ümberringi väga ei kohtagi. Et naised on põhilised, keda me näeme siin nii vallaasutustes kui ka saare peal liikumas.
The clothes, the music, the dancing, all of it has been recognized by UNESCO on its intangible cultural heritage list.
Kihnu wedding songs and wedding traditions are more than 2,000 years old. So this is the main thing why we are in this UNESCO list.
The same list acknowledges Canoe's women as the custodians of their island's heritage.
I concern every day that our unique culture can disappear. It's very valuable if those things still exist and survive in the modern world. It's really a miracle.
A 2-hour boat ride off the coast of Colombia is an island, the most densely populated island on Earth. Santa Cruz del Islote consists of more than 1,200 people living on land the size of 2 soccer fields, making it 4 times as dense as Manhattan. On the island is a school that runs up to the 10th grade, 2 shops and 1 restaurant. There is no steady supply of water and a sole generator that only runs for 5 hours per day. There are no police, but there isn't much need for them, as everyone on the island knows each other. 150 years ago, the island was primarily uninhabited and was sometimes used by local fishermen as a place to rest and take shelter during storms. Gradually, some fishermen came to build their homes here. These were the grandparents and great-grandparents of the current generation of residents. Despite the close living quarters, inhabitants on the island say they wouldn't give up their peaceful existence for anything, not even a little more room.
Okinoshima Island is a short 12-minute ferry ride from Hiroshima region of Japan. While the sandy and palm-lined beaches are perfect for holidaymakers, the island draws crowds for a different reason. Rabbits. Lots of them. And how they got there is a mystery. Between 1929 and 1945, the Japanese army secretly produced over 6,000 tons of poison gas on Okinoshima Island. Some believe the current rabbits are descendants of those brought to the island to test the gas, but the current director of the Poison Gas Museum insists these bunnies have nothing to do with those from the World War II era. So where do they come from?
いろんな、ウサギ、この島のウサギについてはいろんな諸説があるんですけども。
One theory?
ここに最初に連れてこられたのは1971年に、地元で飼っていた、地元の小学校で飼っていたウサギが飼えなくなってこの無人島であった島に蜂は持ってきたというふうに言われています。
So those rabbits were released and with no real predators they bred like, well, like rabbits. And yet another theory?
ウサギはあまり大きくないし可愛いしということで観光地になった時にウサギを飼い始めた。それが今大久野島でたくさん増えてですね。で観光客を喜ばしてます。そういう状況がありますね。
Either way, this new generation of feral rabbits has the run of the land, and they're creating a new story separate from the sordid past of Okinoshima Island. An island once known for death is now known for possibly the cutest thing ever. Bunnies.
What do you say to people who just say, this is not a normal way of living?
Thank you very much.
I'm Catherine, and this is my husband, Wayne.
I'm Wayne, and welcome to Freedom Cove. We live in a secluded cove. The only options we have to get here is by water. There are no road accesses. The water is our highway.
Everything that you see here in our home is floating. We are tied to shore with lines. We are not anchored. We have our main living house. We have the dance floor, the lighthouse building, 4 greenhouses. As I started to grow the garden and make it larger, then we had to have more space for that garden.
Everything's done with a handsaw and hammer. No power tools. I know every board and nail by name. It's about 500 tons, 1,000,000 pounds that I'm floating. I've been building tree forts since I was 7.
Yeah.
And I said, well, Dad, I'm putting a tree fort in the ocean.
Do you ever get seasick?
No, when I go out of town, I get land sick.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about living in Clayoquot Sound on the west coast of Vancouver Island, it's the richest biomass on Earth. So the opportunity to fish for dinner is big. And I just can get in my canoe and paddle out in 10 minutes, I can catch a fish. But when it's windy and too rough out there, I can just lay on the couch and fish out of the house. I was hoping to make a lot more money as an artist. So subsistence living was our only opportunity to have anything as artists. We could never buy real estate, so we had to make our own. It was a great opportunity to actually move away from the city to see if we could prosper out here. Now, 24 years later, we're still doing it.
I can't imagine living any other way. I feel completely fulfilled.
Oh, that's good, huh? That's really nice. I'm working on it.